Chapter 8, Silk Road, written by Nick Middleton. Before commencing the lesson, let us know what is Silk Road. For knowing the Silk Road, we have to go back to 2000 years when the Silk Road was opened and explored by the people of Eurasia. This is a single road, 5,000-mile road, on which several goods were exchanged. It connected East Asia, that is China mainly, while Central Asia to the west. And the goods which were exchanged on this route were silk mainly, ivory, silver, spices, iron, wine, and horses. And then not only the goods were exchanged, but economic, cultural, religious, and political interaction took place. Ideas were also exchanged between the Asian countries and the Western countries. And this very chapter, Silk Road, it is called a travelogue. Travelogue means it gives an account, an experience of the author's journey to Mount Kailash. Author Nick Middleton, he undertakes a journey to Mount Kailash, which is a sacred mountain in Tibet. It is sacred in 4 religions of the world: in Hinduism, in Bon religion, in Buddhism, as well as Jainism. And Nick Middleton, the author, he wants to perform pilgrimage, that is Kora. The journey is very, very tough, but very exciting. He goes there by car, which is driven by the driver Zaitan, who could speak and understand English little bit. And the third person with them was Daniel. Now I'll tell you what about the lesson. This account of Middleton's difficult journey across the Himalayas, as I told you, is a travelogue. It gives an account of his journey from this Ravu to Mount Kailash. He undertook the journey to Mount Kailash as a sort of pilgrimage. He was driven in a car by Zaitan, a Tibetan. And the Zaitan, he took a short route, almost directly to Mount Kailash. It involved crossing several high mountain passes. They undertake the journey from the hills of Ravu. He reached the open and dry pastures. Then they noticed herds of antelopes, wild ass, flocks of sheep, nomads, which are protected by huge black mastiff dogs. They drove over the short stretches of snow. They faced numerous difficulties on the way. The car tire got punctured, and the author himself had breathing problem. And then they passed brackish lakes, blue trucks laden with piles of salt. But he was very disgusted with the conditions in Hor town, which is very close to Mansarovar Lake. Then he spent another night at a guest house in Darchan. He got breathing problem in extreme over there. His nostrils were blocked. He got medical help from a Tibetan doctor over there. And they were too early because the pilgrimage season had not yet begun. Luckily there he got a company of Norbu, another ideal companion who had come to perform pilgrimage. These two people, Norbu and Nick Middleton, they hire some yaks to carry their luggage up the mountain slopes. And the entire account of the pilgrimage is very, very realistic. It is full of adventurous episodes. Okay. Now, before we commence the lesson, let us see these expressions which come in the text. Ducking back. Ducking back means moving back quickly. Swath. Swath is large area. Career down. It means moved down. Maneuver. Maneuver means skillful movements. Cairn of rocks. Pile of stones which make a special place. है ना, कई बार stones जो है pile up होते रहते हैं. Then salt flats. Salty lakes. Billowed. Billowed means rose and moved in large mass. Ghumna. Okay. So now we start with a lesson. We start with the travelogue. A flawless half moon floated in a perfect blue sky on the morning we said our goodbyes. A flawless. Flawless means a perfect half moon. Floated. Floated means moved slowly. धीरे धीरे सुबह का time. It was the dawn time. A flawless, they could see the perfect moon. Half moon they could see, and it was moving in the perfect blue sky on the morning when they got up at dawn. We said our goodbyes. They said the goodbyes. They exchanged the goodbyes. Extended banks of clouds like long French loaves glowed pink as the sun emerged to splash the distant mountain tops with a rose tinted blush. Then extended banks means longer clouds, long clouds like French loaves. Loaves होते हैं white bread like long thick breads. लंबी लंबी breads होती हैं जिसे loaves कहते हैं. Long white breads. So the clouds, they looked like long French loaves, and they glowed pink. They were shining pink as the sun emerged to splash the distant mountain tops. When the sun splashed means decorated the distant mountain tops. दूर दूर से जो mountain tops थी, they were decorated with the sun, and that glow made the clouds also very pink. And the clouds, they look like French loaves. Mountain tops, they with the rose tinted blush means they became red they were decorated with the red colored sun. जो sun उन पे पड़ रहा था बड़ा खूबसूरत लग रहा था बर्फ के ऊपर, and that gave a color to the hue to the clouds also. Now that we were leaving Ravu, now this is a part of the journey. ये कहाँ से शुरू किया है जर्नी को? रावू से. अब they were leaving Ravu, a place on the hills. Lahamo said she wanted to give me a farewell present, and there was a one Tibetan. She wanted to give a farewell present to Nick Middleton, the author. One evening, I had told her through Daniel that I was heading towards Mount Kailash to complete the Korah, and she had said that I ought to get some warmer clothes. Or one evening, because she did not understand English, so through Daniel, he told Lahamo that he is going to perform Korah, that is pilgrimage, and so she said that he needed some warmer clothes. After ducking back into her tent, after coming back from her tent, she emerged carrying one of the long-sleeved sheepskin coats that all the men wore. She came out of the tent with the long-sleeved sheepskin coat that all the men wore over there. Satan sized me up as we clambered into his car. And then Satan sized me up. Sized me up means he gave his opinion as they clambered. Clambered means they climbed with difficulty into the car. Ah, yes, he declared, Drogba, sir. And so Satan told the author that he looked like a Drogba. Drogba is a shepherd. कि वो इस cloak में, इस sheepskin coat में shepherd लग रहे हैं.